G'day guys, Mr. Bennett here. Just want to go through another video in terms of exercise 3H. This one relates to the sort of questions you get in chapter 10, in question 10. So this is looking at when the tangent or the normal cuts the curve again. And I thought I'd do this example for you. Now keep in mind, it's always a really good idea when you're doing something like this is to have your calculator close handy, and you can actually sketch this curve. So if I put that into my calculator and sketch it, I know my function is doing something like that. Alright, so keep that in the back of your mind when you're doing this. So it will actually help you make sure that you get what you're doing correct. Alright, so you can double check to make sure you got the right answer. So the steps that we probably need to do first of all is, if we're going to find when the tangent cuts the curve again, is we probably have to find the equation of the tangent, which we've done plenty of, but let's just go through the points. Obviously, the first step is I need to find my point there where it cuts the curve. So if I do that, that will be y is equal to negative 1 cubed plus 2 times by negative 1 squared plus 1. So if I work that all out, that works out to be 4. Okay, so therefore the point that we're actually finding the equation of the tangent is in fact at negative 1, 4. Now the next step you must do is you must find the derivative. So let's do that. So dy dx, that will be the slope of my tangent. That's what that's equal to. And so that's equal to negative 3x squared plus 4x. Now obviously when x is equal to negative 1, that's what we're finding the equation of tangent. M of t is going to be equal to negative 3 times by negative 1 squared plus 4 times by negative 1. So that's going to give you negative 3 take 4, which is going to be negative 7. So that's the slope of my tangent. So the next step I probably have to do there is to find the equation of the tangent. So therefore that's going to be what? Well, we know it's going to be y take 4 over x plus 1. And that's all equal to negative 7. So y take 4 is equal to negative 7x take 7. So therefore y is equal to negative 7x take, it's negative, that's plus, so that'll be take 3. Alright, so that's the equation of my tangent. Now, if we're thinking very quickly about this sketch over here, okay, so what we've done here is we've had this thing going like that. And so we've found the equation at negative 1 tangent, and that's going to come down and it's going to cut down here somewhere. Alright, so we know that these 2 points, the equation of the curve and the equation of the tangent, have the same coordinates there, don't they? Alright, they have to have the same y coordinates. So what we've been saying is they meet when negative x cubed plus 2x squared plus 1 is actually equal to negative 7x take 3. They have to meet at that point because they have the same coordinates, don't they? So therefore we rearrange that equation. Now we can bring it over that side, but we'll write it as x cubed take 2x squared, alright, and it'll be take 7x, and it'll be take 4, that's equal to 0. What we have to do is we have to factorise that, because that will give us the points of contact at that point there and also that point there. The good thing about this, you could either put this into your factor 9 or polysimple equation and find those factors. But the thing is, because we know it meets over here at x equals negative 1, then we actually already know 2 of the factors. Alright, so if we think about back to year 11, if we have x take 1, so that will become x plus 1 times by x plus 1. That's 2 of our factors. So we for that out, you get x squared plus 2x plus 1. So therefore what we know is two of our factors for this thing here are x squared plus 2x plus 1. And what we have to do is we know the other third factor will multiplied by this will give us this polynomial here. So what we can do is just look at those terms. So what we have to times x squared by to get x cubed, well that would be x. What we have to times plus 1 by to get negative 4? You have to times it by negative 4. Okay, so therefore cuts again when x equals negative 4. Now, if you have to find the coordinates at that point, then what you would need to do is you need to put that into one of the equations. Now, the easiest one to put it back into would be this equation here, where you got y is equal to that. So if I put that into that equation there, you'd say y is equal to negative 7 times by negative 4. Take 3, that's negative, it'll be 28. Is that right? Sorry, it's not negative 4, it's 4. Silly mistake. Alright, so that'd be negative 28. Take 3. Okay, and that will give you negative 31. Alright, so we know that this is going to cut the curve again at x equals at y equals negative 31. Now, I can go back to my calculator and I can put that equation in. Now, I've already done that because I've already done this question prior to. If I put that there, enter, and now graph that, you can see it's the tangents at this point here and it's cutting again at that point down there. Now, if I want to find where these two curves meet, I can go to my calc, go to number 5, okay, but now if I get close to where these points meet, I'll be close enough, enter, actually tell me what that point there is. So I know by using my calculator, I've checked to make sure they've got the right answer. Alright, let's just go back to the question now and just go through the key steps that you need to do when you're doing a question like this. Alright, so the first step is you have to find the point where they meet. You have to find the slope of the tangent. You then have to find the equation of the tangent. The next step would be to say they meet when they both have the same y coordinates, because they have to have a common point. And so therefore that will give you a polynomial. Now you can either solve that using polysim on your calculator, or because you know it's touching at that point there, you know they are two of the factors. So the factors are x plus 1, x plus 1. When you fall those out together, you'll get this equation here. You'll get x squared plus 2x, and you know that that term has to give you the fleeting term, and that multiplied by that will have to give you the constant value. So you can easily work out what the next route might be. All right, so I hope this helps you. These are obviously probably the harder questions in this exercise, so make sure you learn how to do them, because I would guarantee you'll get one of these in your test. All right, so and I've pretty well seen most of these sort of questions in exams, past exam papers as well. So make sure you understand what's going on. If you don't, make sure you ask someone to give you some help. I'll catch you in class. All right, so good luck with those.